YouTube, what's up? This is a special live stream for my boy, Semperfi comic guy, Vince. He has got a contest. I'm not going to call it what it's supposed to be. I'm going to call it the Dead contest. Because there's some copyright issues going on or whatever. So I'm just going to name it the Dead contest. But in order to get to the contest, you have to walk. So you get what I'm going with this. Yeah, I figured I would do a live stream instead of a regular video. Because this kind of leads into how my how I would operate in a zombie apocalypse. Of course, I would be trapped in my townhome with my beautiful wife and my little dog, and I'd be trapped in my man cave. So what better place for me to be trapped than in my man cave with all my comics? But I have a great setup downstairs and upstairs. So what I would basically do is board up my windows and stuff downstairs and make sure, secure it to where no one can get in. And basically we would start to see the downside of society and start to see, because I'm sure that the apocalypse just wouldn't happen. It would start with probably some kind of like flu, like in Fear the Walking Dead, how it started out with the flu. So once we started to see some kind of downfall of society, we would just stock up on canned goods, water, and just try to stockpile food and stuff like that. I would also, since I am many people may not know this, but I am a manager in a major grocery chain here in Florida in the southeast. I am a meat manager, so I would go out and hunt and then butcher and cut my own meats and put them in like a freezer that we would bring into the house with generators. It's a pretty big townhome. It's 1,700 square feet, and it's just me and my wife. So I would get a big like giant freezer with some generators, and I would, we would buckle down in here until everything kind of blew over. But in the meantime, as a comic collector, how would this not be fun? Just sitting here reading comics. I would be in here reading comics. I would watch movies. I know he wanted us to make a separate video, but I'm going to do another. I'm going to add it right into this one. Just some movies that are zombie related, that are part of my collection that I pulled out just to show for this live stream. I want to say hi to everybody in chat. We got Her Collects Comics, Rez, Comic Nerd 1977. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. I wanted to do a live stream for the contest video for my boy Vince, because I'm sure as society is coming to an end and everybody's buckling down inside their homes or their bunkers or whatever, I'm sure the internet will still be up somewhat. So this would be a good way for us to communicate with each other, is through live streams. I could talk to somebody in Europe and they could talk to somebody all over the world, and we could tell each other what's going on outside our little area. But it would be hard to trust people, so you'd want your group to be a small group. The smaller, I think, the better, because the more people, the more anxious they're going to get, and the more, you start getting stir crazy and cabin fever, and the more people I have, the more conflict you're going to probably see if it tends to be a longer period of time where the apocalypse is going on. So the less people, the less noticeable you'll be, because if you have a lot of people aren't going to want to stay inside all the time. I wouldn't mind. I'm sure my wife probably wouldn't mind, but we would try to sneak out to gather supplies if we needed to. But a 2-person operation is a lot better than a 10-person. Now, in groups, it would be better for, like, if you were, like, traveling, like, on the roads, or if you didn't have, like, a home base. But we would just try to be quiet, just keep to ourselves, not let anybody know that we're even here. Like I said, just board up the downstairs really good, because we only have 2 windows on the upstairs. So it'd be really easy to keep an eye on if somebody was trying to get into the top. And it's easier to defend the top than it is the bottom. So we really just bunker it down, stockpile food. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully nothing like that happens. But we got Count Von Strange in the house. Everybody sub each other out. But this is what I would do, is I would try to communicate with people through live streams. And to make a shitty situation better, I would just try to read comics. You know, I would still try to, you know, enjoy life, enjoy what I have, and, you know, just take one day at a time. As I'm doing this live stream, I'm also watching a zombie movie on the side here, just to kind of give the feel to it. But I just wanted to do this a little different. Hope you guys don't mind. Hope Vince doesn't mind. But go check him out. Semperfi Comic Guy. Great guy. He's got a good contest going on. There's a lot of good contests going on. But let's get into some of the movies / TV shows that I would watch during the zombie apocalypse. I'm sure if it came down to it, we probably wouldn't want to watch these types of movies, because this was extra part of the video. The contest was to show off some of your favorite zombie movies or TV shows that you have in your collection. I just pulled out a few. I have a bunch, but I just wanted to pull out a few that maybe you would see, maybe you wouldn't see. But of course, you'd have to go with Walking Dead. This would be your handbook for surviving a zombie apocalypse. What's so good about this show is I mean, the show is about zombies, of course, but it's really, what makes the show really good is the interaction between the people that makes the show really good. It's not only necessarily the zombies, but it's how they interact with each other and how society as a whole is broken down. And I do truly believe that if something like this ever happened, anyways, guys, this is season 1. I don't have all the seasons. Here's season 2 and season 3, and I am eyeballing the other 3 seasons on eBay as we speak. But I do believe that when there's no more law and there's no more like government, I think people really go back to a very bad state. I believe people would be violent, and it wouldn't be a good thing, which sucks, because you would think as a society that we could probably hold our shit together, but the bad will outweigh the good, and I do believe that society would get really, really bad, probably really quick. So that's why you don't find many people in their group, because there's not a lot of what I would think is good people left. Then you run into people like Negan's group, of course, that are just out for bad. So, but anyways, we got thanks guys for tuning in. I know it's early in the morning, but I just wanted to get this out, show my support. So of course, what good zombie apocalypse movie would be better than Resident Evil? These are just great movies. Of course, it's from the video games. Just a great movie. The first one was really, really good. If you guys haven't seen this, I recommend these movies. The whole series has been pretty good, but sometimes, a lot of times movies, the more that's in the series of movies, the worse they get. But this is not true for these. These are all pretty good. I've enjoyed all of them. I don't remember the order of them, though. Let me see. I believe, here is of course, Resident Evil Apocalypse with the slipcover. As you guys may or may not know, I do have an extensive DVD Blu-ray collection. I have probably close to 1,500 DVDs, Blu-rays, / TV programs on DVD and Blu-ray, so I'm a big collector. Here's Resident Evil Extinction. Like I said, these were all really good movies. I loved them all. Resident Evil Retribution. Like I said, if you guys haven't watched any of these movies, I recommend picking them up and watching them. They're really good. And this one on Blu-ray is Resident Evil Afterlife. And I believe there is a current movie going to be released, I believe this year or next year. There's another one. I think it may be the final one. Another really good movie, if you guys haven't seen it or heard about it, I like this one. I know the company's gone, but I like this edition of it. But it's the Blockbuster exclusive Dead Snow. If you haven't watched this one, this is another really good movie. I want to say it's a Swedish or it's a German film. But it is in another language, but they have subtitles. And then there's I think on this one is the overdub. Where they, yeah, I believe this one has English over. So if you don't want to read, they have English actors or voice actors over this movie. But this movie is really good. It's about some people out in a cabin and they find some Nazi coins. I believe it's a Swedish flick. Don't quote me on that. But when they take the coins, they wake up some Nazi zombies that are out to reclaim their treasure. Really good. It's a good flick. I believe it's even on Netflix, so if you want to check that out, I'll save the best for last. Up next is The Zombie Diaries. This is another really good movie. It's I think it may be like related to the Dawn of the Dead, the newer one, but I could be mistaken. But that's a really good movie. These movies here you can find on the cheap on eBay. Here's 28 Days Later. This is another really good movie. Basically, it's around the same concept of Walking Dead. The guy wakes up and the zombie apocalypse is happening. It's a really good film. I suggest this one. I highly recommend this one. This is a really good movie. And then the sequel is 28 Weeks Later, which happens 28 weeks after the first movie. Just two really good films. Check them out, guys. They're good zombie flicks. And here's another one, Diary of the Dead. Yeah, this is another. I mean, I like zombie movies, so these are really, really good movies. Suggest that one too. And of course, I have some like little mini box sets that have multiple movies on them. You can get these for dirt cheap at usually like Target or Walmart or on eBay. But this one's called The Living Dead, 9 movies. But it has the night Evelyn came out of the grave, House by Cemetery, Fangs of the Living Dead, I'll Eat Your Skin, The Last Man on Earth, King of Zombies, Night of the Living Dead, The Thirsty Dead, and Messiah of Evil. I mainly bought it because it is a multi-pack, plus it has Night of the Living Dead, the black and white version. So, look for that one. Another really good film, or a bunch of films. I mean, they're cheesy, but they're awesome. Here's another one I recently just got. It's still sealed, but it's called Back from the Grave. Sorry about the glare, guys and gals. But, it's another multi-pack. Has a bunch of movies on it. Slave of the Cannibal God, The Severed Arm, I Eat Your Skin, The Undertaker and His Pals, Murder Mansion, Night of the Bloody Horror, It happened at Nightmare Inn, Legacy of Blood, Nightmare Castle, I Bury the Living, Indestructible Man, and The Monster Walks. Good, cheesy fun. You can leave your brain at the front door and just sit back and just watch some zombie horror. So this leads into my favorite zombie movie of all time, of course, Dawn of the Dead. I mean, how can you not have, if you're a movie buff or a horror buff or just a movie collector in general, you gotta have this movie in your collection. Just a fantastic film. This too is kind of like how I believe it would happen too. You know, people trying to survive any way they could. So you got a bunch of survivors taking camp inside of a mall and trying to clear it out, and of course the bad guys come, and it just shows how people would interact during a zombie apocalypse. Just a great, great, great film. And then I have the Ultimate Edition box set for Dawn of the Dead. Just the box alone is awesome. And then each panel has like a different zombie on it. Just a great movie. And here's some of the survivors. And it's a 4-disc collection. And it also has like a little handy book in it. It's got a couple little booklets in it, but it's a really good film. It's got a little comic book actually, a Dawn of the Dead comic book. But yeah, just really cool. A really good box set. I love this box set. I got this on eBay pretty cheap. Because you know, I go through spurts on my collecting. I'll collect comics for a while, and then I'll stop, and then I'll start collecting movies, and then I used to collect Living Dead dolls and action figures and stuff, but then that leads into the remake, Dawn of the Dead, the remake. But just these are just really good films. These are just a few that I pulled out. But this is my contest entry. Like I said, I wanted to do it live. We got White Nova Comics, Wicked Mountains in the house. I just wanted to give you guys on how I would survive the zombie apocalypse. Like I said, I would just board up the downstairs as best as I could, stockpile on canned goods and water and stuff like that. Get a couple generators for inside the house. And just me and the wife kind of just buckled down until everything kind of blew over. And if it didn't, then we would have to, find another way if, we ran out of supplies on how to go out and about and get them. But, yeah, that's what I would do, guys. I would just buckle down. I have plenty of comics to read, so that's what I would do. Watch movies, and try to communicate with you guys through the internet, through live streams, and trying to pick up on different people's locations and seeing how everything's playing out. But that's what I would do. Please go check out Semperfi Comic Guy, Vince. He's got a great contest going on. I want to say it's coming up too close to being the end of the contest. It may be the end of this month or beginning of next month, something like that. But just check him out. It's a really fun video. He doesn't want you to go into a bunch of details like I got a gun hidden somewhere. Just what you would do if the zombie apocalypse happened. So, of course everybody has these great plans laid out, but when it really happens, all plans go out the window and shit hits the fan and you're just out doing what you got to do to survive. So, but as planning wise, that's what I would try to do. Board up the downstairs, and we only have 2 windows upstairs, so those would be the ones that we would have as lookouts. And yeah, just the shitty part about being in a townhome is that your neighbors could come through the walls, so you'd have to worry about that. Like if you had people next door, they knew you had supplies, they would try to find a way in to get your supplies. But yeah, it would be shitty. It wouldn't be fun. So I hope it doesn't happen. But if you guys are not watching Fear the Walking Dead, which is a spin-off kind of Walking Dead, I like that show because they really explain on how the virus started. It started with the flu, and it started in, like, you know, they showed it all starting off in a school where a couple kids got sick, and then it went to teachers, and it got to more. Then all of a sudden, the whole town is infected. And I really do believe that's probably how it would happen. I would believe it would start with some kind of disease or some kind of, like, you know, I know this sounds weird, but like a meteorite crashing and letting off some kind of like weird space bacteria into the atmosphere and then infecting people that way. But who knows? But it's just a fun contest, so go check him out. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. So go check it out. It's a fun video to make. There's a lot of contests going on, so make sure everybody checks them out. I have my contest going on, and I don't have that many entries, guys, but you got about 7 days before it ends. So I got some good prizes up for grabs. This is possible one of the prizes, which leads to zombies, is Walking Dead 102nd print in beautiful Mylar with all its, look at that, all its shiny goodness. This is a possible prize. So please check out my contest video. You got about a week left before it's over. So yeah, I may extend it. Who knows? I'll let you guys know as I get closer. But anyways, guys, stay safe in the zombie apocalypse. Just know that the Junkie would come at you live. I would try as best I could. We could talk about comics. We could talk about life. But go check out Semperfi Comic Guys contest video. I can't really say the name of the video or the contest because it's been copyrighted. Somehow he's getting some kind of like copyright issues with it. But it rhymes with this. If you know what I mean. But go check him out. I'll leave a link. I'll either leave a link to his channel or the contest video, the actual video, in the description so you guys can check it out. Please go give him some support. I don't know, Constant Bromstar. I don't know if Hillary's probably not a good option either, so we're kind of screwed either way. It just depends on what you want. Do you want a criminal in office, or do you want a guy that's kind of crazy in office? So just you got to weigh your options and find out which one's better for us. But yeah, guys, we got Silos, we got Wicked Mountain, we got White Nova Comics, Constant Bromstar. He is a pillar of the community. He is one of the original comic book channels that started all this for all of us. So go check his channel out. Great guy. Just his collection is massive, and it's phenomenal. And guys like him and Howler Mouse and Captain Strangelove, they are the ones that paved the way for us today to do what we do and do live videos and contest videos and haul videos. So go give them some support, show them some love. Silos, my New York Warrior brother. I would feel bad for the guys in New York. I would really feel bad for the guys in New York because there's so many people in such a compact area that they would really have to buckle down. You know, Florida, there's a lot of people in Florida, but most of them are old. So, yeah. At least the roads would be kind of clear here in Florida because they would stop driving because, you know, yeah. Anyways, I've rambled on long enough. Go check them out. Sub each other up. You got Sunshine Clicks. Please go check up all these guys and gals in the chat. That's what I preach, is subbing everybody up and showing support. And that's what my channel's about. It's spreading love. Remember, I got a contest video up. You got about a week left. I may extend it. I'll think about it and I'll let you guys know. But just some great movies. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go down and watch this one while I make me some lunch. Just some great zombie movies, guys. Just really good movies. Probably the best movie, though. The best zombie movie is this one. But anyways, guys, it's a Junkie. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I wanted to do this live because this is how I would try to communicate with people if the apocalypse did happen. Try to do live chats and try to communicate with people around the world. Anyways, guys, it's a Junkie. Please like, subscribe for me and Vince and for everybody in the chat. Stay safe. Have fun. Collect comics. Keep a lookout for any weird flus going on because you never know when the zombie apocalypse is coming. This is the Junkies survival tips for me. Hope you enjoyed it. It's Junkie and I'm out.